Okay, welcome back everybody. Wanted to take this opportunity, don't mind the construction here in one of the vault rooms. We're hanging some more guns in here. That's kind of making this video. Wanted to tell you a story, and it's a little bit also a reflection of my collecting philosophy, and it kind of goes into a little bit of my position on like Nazi marked guns. So the regulars who have listened to the podcast or videos for a while will know this, but to a lot of you who are new, I haven't really addressed this in a long time. But you know, this is an opportunity to do it here. So what we have here is a German Sniper. If I should beep out the word Nazi, I'm probably not, I'm too lazy. Mauser 98 and World War II. And go ahead and take, because people are going to want to take a look at it. It's the action. It's got the Zeiss Jenna scope and has an original sling. Even has a matching butt pad, all matching, matching bolts. It even has matching serial numbers on the set screws for the action screws. It's you know, pretty matchy gun. It also has all of that stuff. So there's things that you would call figure out the way of the frickin' sling. I can do this on, is that right? Yeah, so what would we call it? I don't see them on this side. Called Waffenamps. Well, these are the Nazi markings on this side. And then, so pay close attention there. Some of those markings, because this is where you get into the deep end of the pool. Model 98. Here we get into this end of the pool. Some of the stuff is covered up by the mounts. Now those of you who are either really big into the gotcha game or maybe are like uber Nazi German sniper collectors may notice that there is definitely a problem with this gun. Well, there's two problems. So the main problem that hurts this gun is, for some people, is it has reproduction scope mounts. So let's point them out for the kids in the back. These right here, I'm giving you the middle fingers. Those are reproduction. So, but the rest of the gun, Pierce corrected, is in an original Zeiss Jenna scope. Now, here's where you get into some stuff with this gun. So, first of all, for me, I personally will not pay more for Nazi stuff. So, it's one, there's a philosophical thing in there. I'm not a big fan of Nazis. Number two, I mean, I grew up, they're the bad guys with the commies. They're all the bad guys. Number two, if I have two guns that are exactly the same, why would I pay more for one with some markings on it versus one that's not if I'm going to shoot it? It's because we run a shooting reference collection over here. So if, you know, if I've got two guns that come in, one's marked with Nazi stuff and one isn't, and we don't have an example of that gun, the Nazi ones get pushed out and we keep the one with the without the Nazi marks, you know, we keep it in the collection. Because also we're running into an issue since we run a shooting collection. You know, we run into the phenomena where if we use the gun too much or we blow a gun up or, you know, it gets too much wear, the value starts to drop. And so we don't really run the collection worried about value beyond reasonable, you know, depreciation. So if a gun is totally cherry mint, we don't buy it. We buy an estate, gun comes in, it's totally cherry mint. And even if something we don't have, we would sell that gun, take part of the proceeds and go out and buy one that isn't quite as mint to put it into the reference collection. So hopefully you're following what I'm getting at. So how do we end up here? German gun, not perfect. Now, not being perfect comes in two ways. One, there is the the scope-based issue, the reproduction, and again, as a shooting reference collection, for me, that's a good thing. Like if I was going to build something or put something together, I put reproduction, scope, and base saws on it. For me, like that would be fine. So for a lot of people, that hurts this gun. For us, that helps the gun. The other problem you're getting into with these German snipers is they become so valuable that there's a lot of economic incentive to fake them. So the person where this originated from, this is a OGCA sourced gun, Ohio Gun Collectors Association, high-end gun collecting group. If you're into the national gun collectors groups, you'll kind of recognize that. And this person swears that this is an original sniper. But this gun, if I can kind of tell, there is a time frame when maybe they were marked and when they weren't. This is a gun that's from when it wasn't marked earlier on, and I may be getting that wrong because, again, I don't like to get in the super deep end of the pool with you Uber milsurp collectors that want to whack each other, because you guys like to get at the OGCA and basically act like everything that's on your end of the table is gold and everything that's on my end of the table is shit. Like, I hate that. So, well, this is the opportunity where I'm like, look, brother, you may know it's a sniper. You may believe it's a real sniper. You may have all this, whatever reasons because of who you are and how you got the gun and how you sourced the gun, and maybe it was cut for the mounts, and and all of that. But for where I'm sitting, no way. I'm not paying that. So this gun is priced to be faked. It's probably not fake, but if it is fake, it doesn't matter because I didn't pay whatever price for it. I'm not going to say what these, well, I'll say this. We got this for about 45% of what a actual documented German, whatever, Nazi sniper would go for, which, I think the gun's cool. Like all that Nazi shit, I don't care. So, but what's the takeaway? It's easy to look at a gun like this and be like, I want it to be a sniper. And maybe it is a real sniper. There's a good chance it could be. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. As a matter of fact, if you can look at some of the markings and you want to go in the comments section and leave your opinions, because for 10 years, there'll be dudes coming in whacking each other under this video, for all these different reasons. And mind you, we didn't pay sniper prices for this. Because the person that was selling it had a lot of credibility, but again, in Detroit, it's worth $50. So that's a line from a movie. That's not what we paid for it. So buy the gun, not the story. At least that's how we operate around here, because we're not doing stuff as investments. We are shooting guns. We will be shooting this gun. Not anytime soon. We have so many projects and stuff that's, put on the back burner. You're not going to see this gun. You'd be lucky to see this gun shot this year. Like, we have other scoped Mausers that we've got to shoot, M41B that we still have to adjust the zero on. So, German Sniper, we officially have one. Kinda, maybe. Good enough for me. It is now off the to-buy list. You got to be ready when you see them, these kinds of deals. And we were ready, and we kicked them pretty hard. So, all right, let's put that follower down. Well, if you want to see them stories or pictures and links of German snipers being shot, please go to the website at john1911.com. That's john1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Everybody, have a good day.